Welcome to Ordinary Homemaking. Today, I would love to talk to you about fresh milled flour. Maybe you have watched some of the other videos. Maybe you came here because you were looking for a meal. One of my very first videos that I started was a meal comparison video. If you haven't seen it and you don't have a meal, I would definitely start by going over there and watching that one, or finding out what fresh milled flour is and watching this one first. Let's come on, and we are going to go back to 1920, and I'm going to tell you a little story. So some of the questions you might have are, where do I get wheat berries? What is a wheat berry? I remember thinking, wheat, it's a berry? I thought it was just grain. So if you do not know the answer to any of these questions, you are at the right spot. Also, what is an ancient grain? What is hard grain or soft grain? Where in the world do I start? So I'm going to do over the next couple of weeks some short videos answering all of those questions, so that if you want to get started, or you're considering why should I even get started, you can watch the next couple of videos and hopefully it will get you in the right direction. Then you can head over, you can look at meals and decide where can you get a meal, or you can purchase flour from someone local around you who mills flour for you. And if you then are hooked like me, then you might want to start and buy your own meal. Where do we start? So I told you 1920. So this story is a little bit hard because I don't know it exactly. So I'm going to use the footnotes from Sue Becker's book. If you haven't seen any of Sue Becker's things, you should go and watch her. When I first found Sue Becker, she did not have a ton of YouTube videos out there. A lot of them were 30 years old, but recently, in the last 2 years, I've seen her do some really big podcasts. So find Sue Becker. She is phenomenal. She has lots of information, but I'm just going to tell you a little bit about what fresh milled flour is and why you might be interested in doing it. So fresh milled flour, I should have done this in my kitchen, but I wanted it to feel like you were just sitting here. You came, you're a friend, and you asked, what's fresh milled flour? So I've had friends ask that very question, and they say, how do you mill it? What does it look like? What do you put it in? Why are you doing this? So I have a mill, and it sits on my counter. It is about this big. It has a spout. It's very easy. It has a hopper. You pour the wheat berries in. It comes through. I have a chamber that I can make it really fine or more coarse. Say if I want to do cream of wheat, or if I want to have really fine pastry flour, or kind of in between for bread. I can adjust it, and it just comes right out into a bowl. So it is just like going to the store and buying flour. But instead, I keep a bucket of those wheat berries, scoop it out, put it in my mill, and use it immediately. Why immediately? Well, let me tell you. So after flour has been milled, within 72 hours, a lot of the nutrients are gone. According to Sue Becker, she says 90% of over 30 nutrients are virtually gone. So that means the flour that you are buying in the store doesn't have any nutrients. That was shocking to me. When I first started milling, it was during COVID, so it was 3.5, 4 years ago, and I bought a mill because I thought, I want to get grain, have it, store it, it lasts thousands of years, and then I won't be dependent on the grocery store. That was my thought. I had no idea that there was any health benefits, no idea. I knew that wheat wasn't very good for you, and so I had tried to limit the amount of bread that I ate. Instead of having 2 slices of bread for my sandwich, I would have 1. And then over the years, I heard sourdough was better, so I started sourdoughing. But I did notice that I still gained weight when I was eating lots of sourdough food. So I still tried to limit my flour or my bread intake. But I still thought a homemade Oreo has got to be better for you than a store-bought Oreo. So I figured if I was going to eat cookies or Oreos or bread anyways, I might as well sourdough or make at home what I could. So that's how I got started. Then I got my first meal. I have a video on that. I got my first meal. I ended up sending that meal back. I got a second meal. Then I got a third meal that I found on Facebook Marketplace so that I could meal for friends and family, or, other people. So I have jumped right in, and after I learned the health benefits, I decided to stay. So this is why you may want to consider fresh milled flour. So earlier I said there's basically no nutrients in fresh milled flour or store-bought flour. Don't come after me. I am just telling you what I'm reading here and online. So again, that's why I said I don't know the full story, but let's go back to 1920. So in 1920, we had the machinery to now mill flour at mass volumes. They figured out that if you took out the bran and the germ, that store-bought flour would last for a very long time. Okay. So each town had a mill. People would go, they would get there, and other parts of the world, they still do this today. Some places it's just corn or things like that. But you would take your wheat berries, mill it, take home your flour, and probably you would use it within 3 days. Well, what they did was they started mass producing flour, taking it out. I don't know when they started bleaching it and doing all of the other things. We're not even go there. And then if you want to look even more into it, you can look into all the pesticides and herbicides that we now use on our wheat. So not only has it been stripped of nutrients, it's also kind of being poisoned. But anyways, so in 1920, people started getting sicknesses called beriberi and pellagra. And the health department traced it back to the wheat and the flour being messed with. So they urged them to put the germ and the bran back in with the flour. However, it had become a lucrative business. They were selling the germ and the bran, whatever it's called, as high protein cattle feed. So they were like, I'm taking one thing, selling it as two. Why would we want to put it back in? I know what we'll do. We will enrich it with 4 things. So instead of the 30 that were there, they started putting in 4 nutrients. Now, a lot of the issues that people were having were coming from a lack of vitamin B. Okay. So you can read about beriberi, pellagra, the other things. She did also say that if you consume lots of white flour, which I used to do, that it can lead to things like appendicitis, diverticular disease, hiatal hernia, heart disease, diabetes, obesity, and more. She has a phenomenal, this is her cookbook, she has a phenomenal introduction that's like 8 pages. She goes through all of the things, and it's very interesting. But that, in short, is what fresh milled flour is. It's just taking the grain and milling it yourself. You no longer have to have huge stone mills and an animal outside turning it for you. You can do it in the comfort of your own home. So that's fresh milled flour. And why might you want to do that? It's because you now can get vitamin B and 24 to 30 other nutrients. And we might, at a different day, talk about sourdough and the benefits of what happens when you sourdough your bread.